Hi there people, this is Pray Love, and today I'm going to talk about a fragrance that I just got because of a trade. So this is the fragrance. So this is Rochas Man. It's an old fragrance from the 90s, if I recall, late 90s. I think it's even perhaps a 99 fragrance, 1999. And it looks like this. So kind of like an artifact in a Star Wars adventure or something. Um, so apart from the funny look, what does this have to offer? Well, actually, I was pretty skeptical at first, like doing a trade for Rochas Man, but it was a cheapie and I was willing to try something new, and Rochas Man is a pretty darn good cheapie too. So um, if you've ever heard of me talk about Halloween Man X by, I don't even remember the name of the house, but you know the Halloween line. It's very, very popular Halloween because it's very, very like dirty cheap and pretty good like for the price. So it's even cheaper than this one, okay? And this one goes for very cheap too, but they share one thing in common is the coffee note. So if you like coffee fragrances, like coffee oriented notes and fragrances, this one is actually a cappuccino accord. So it kind of has that coffee, but also it's sugary and creamy lactic. Um, I think between both of them, like I got rid of Man X a while ago. I don't know if I think yeah, I'll use up that bottle. I'm pretty sure. But for me, Man X is like Halloween Man X is not as good a fragrance compared to Rochas Man. And they're some years apart, Man X being the most recent. But Rochas Man, it's a pretty good, like, pretty good coffee kind of vibe. And it's very sexy. It has that vanilla too. It's even got like a fresher, like top notes that just come off and just balance everything. So it's not just, you know, wow, just dark stuff. And especially for a fragrance that's very cheap, it might come off as a bit too much when you're having like all those synthetic like caramel notes and sugary stuff and whatever. But no, there's a very nice accord, like a very nice like barbershop accord too. So it gets like balanced out, and it's not like headache inducing at all. I'm having headaches these times, but it's absolutely not due to that fragrance at all. And even I think this one is super killer, like for the time being, because it's fall. That's to our doors, and I really like fall. I'm a big fan of just like the fall, and you know, just going to your family and eating nice dinner, and you know all this very nice nostalgic times of fall. You kind of think about where you're going for the next year. You're pre-thinking your New Year's resolution for some people. I don't know. It's got like this meditative state to it, and I think that this one is pretty good for fall. It's perfect, in fact, because I put it on in the morning, pretty much. You know, I'm taking my shower and then I spray this on, and after a couple of hours it goes away because it's not a fragrance that has a projectivity that is uh, eternal. You know, it's just like it's a casual day-in fragrance that lasts about 6 hours, approximately 6 hours. Um, and you can reapply if you want, like after this time. But during the course of its lifespan, it gives me good sillage and projection. It's actually pretty good. It does things right, and if you want to have a bigger projection, you can also spray it on hair and especially on clothings, because on clothings it won't really go away. unless you change clothes. So and yeah, and even on clothing, it has a good sillage, it has a good projection. Uh, it's not too much. I hate fragrances that are too much anyway, but this one is not too much, and I like that it kind of fades away because when after 6 hours, then I can go reach for like heavier, evening fragrances and stuff, and try to impress my wife. So yes, that's pretty much it. There's a point where I like to be reaching for something else. Um, we were at like a professional congress with my wife, like for the job of my wife and my wife's job, and I was uh, reaching for Rochas man during the morning, and then after some time I would take a shower and take a tobacco vanille or another more elegant, more powerful fragrance, so that I have a good impression on everyone. And I've gotten like some compliments also for the heavy hitters out there, but also for Rochas man, gotten compliments from it. It's a very super nice fragrance. There's a note in there that's just game changer for me, compared to Man X, like compared to Halloween Man X and even other like in this vein of very sweet fragrances. There's a raspberry note, and it's super cool because it has that. You like it, the raspberry with the coffee mixed in together. It's super nice. I really really enjoy that fragrance. It brings a lot of joy. Is it sexy? I think it's pretty darn sexy. It's got vanilla, so and it's like, and it's typically very unisex. It's not something that you would think, oh yeah, this is a very like manly guy's fragrance. Even though it's Rochas Man and it's a 90s fragrance, it's still very very unisex. It's actually the same perfumer and the same perfumer as Bond Number 9. I think it's Harlem. I don't know what. It got discontinued. I think it's back on today, but it's pretty much the same stuff and really, really cheaper. I guess cheaper ingredients too, but same kind of smell. It's coffee, and it's got the same notes. It's got exactly the same notes, I think. Um, anyone could put it off pretty easily. It's a gourmand. It's edible. You smell it, you're like, it smells like a coffee dessert with a raspberry coulis or something. It has that kind of elegance, yet it's pretty nice to wear like on a casual kind of vibe too. So I think this one is a very good, unique all rounder for fall. And it's very fall winter. You can't go wrong with like the coffee and the sweetness there, because it doesn't have the cloying effect that it would have in the summer. And I think this one is a lot more wearable in the summer than Halloween Man X, simply because it has a more traditional barbershop accord in it. So it kind of tames things down, so it's less cloying if it's high heat, but it's still a very sweet, a very like warm weather kind of scent, with a very, very interesting bottle. I think I like the bottle, in fact. I really do think I like the bottle, but yeah, it's pretty weird. And it's got like, I don't know if you can see, but it's got the tag Rochas Man. And yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you, like, I wanted to make a point of how it's opened. It's, you grab it by the, you know, crystal. Grab it like that, and then you spray. The spray is pretty good, and it smells really nice. It's actually pretty fresh. I was surprised by this scent. Every time I use it, I'm like, super nice, and my wife is like, yeah, your new fragrance, it's pretty good. And I'm like, I know, I traded it with something pretty cheap, and it is pretty cheap. It is a pretty cheap fragrance, but it definitely does the trick. It's very, very good. Um, that's pretty much all I have to say. And I think that, yeah, if you like that fragrance, rock it on. And you can rock it in the summer too, but it's, for me, this scent is just like, it begs a fall. You know, it's like a fall roaster, immediate entry kind of thing, and it's a fall like every day. You know, you wake up, you spray it on, and then you spread love, and you spray love. Bye bye.